When I look back at my career so far, I can honestly say tech sales has been the single best decision I ever made. Not because it was easy, it's definitely not, but because it opened up opportunities, freedom, and income I didn't even know were possible back when I started out. And I really believe that in 2025, it's one of the most exciting and underrated paths someone can take, especially if you're looking to break into tech or transition careers or finally find a job that rewards you for what you actually bring to the table. Let's just start with the obvious, the money, right? We're in sales. In an entry-level tech sales role, usually something like an SDR or BDR, you're looking at around 70K a year plus. That's without any prior experience in tech. And once you move into closing roles like account executive, your earning potential jumps fast. I'm talking about 120K, 150K plus. And I've seen people get there in 18 months, 2 years, very fast. In one of my early account executive roles, I was still pretty new, still learning, still figuring things out, but I hit 108% of my quota and nearly doubled what I expected to make that year. I remember getting that commission check and just sitting there and like, wait, this is my life now. Meanwhile, some of my friends with fancy titles in consulting or finance were working longer hours and earning less. That's when it clicked for me. The speed at which you can grow in tech sales is unlike anything else. You don't have to wait 5-10 years to start earning serious money or get some very specific academic education that lasts forever. It's merit-based. If you're good, it happens fast, like really fast compared to pretty much any other career track I can think about. But look, I don't want to sugarcoat it. Sales is hard. There's constant pressure. You start every quarter back at zero. You can have an amazing month and then wake up on the first of the next one with no deals, no pipeline, and your number is staring at you blank. You're dealing with rejection every single day. It's competitive, it's emotional, but over time, it becomes like a muscle. You get better at handling it. You learn to bounce back faster. You grow thick skin. You learn how to separate the no from your worth as a person. And the cool thing is, those challenges actually shape you. I know they shape me. You build resilience. You develop skills that go beyond just selling. Things like storytelling, negotiation, emotional intelligence, stuff that will serve you in pretty much every career path you're going to pick, even your personal life. And unlike a lot of jobs in sales, you actually get rewarded finally for working hard. You close more deals, you make more money, as simple as that. That's one of the reasons I've personally stuck with it for 12 plus years. Now let's talk about the lifestyle, because that's something people rarely associate with sales, but it's actually a huge factor. You have targets, yes, but how you get there is often up to you. For example, personally, I'm not a morning person. So I've always tried to structure my own days in a way that works with my energy levels. Calls and demos later in the day, focused work earlier on. And in sales, as long as you're delivering, hitting your numbers, most managers really don't care. They're fine with that. It's like you do you. It's kind of rare to be micromanaged in sales. Obviously, I'm generalizing. There are companies, there are specific managers that would do that. But in general, in sales, you do you. You own your book of business, find a way to hit your goals and just, lead the life you want. And a big part of that flexibility is being able to work remotely. I've been working remotely for the past 5 years now. One of the things I love most about tech sales is that it's not really location dependent. I've done calls from different cities, different time zones, not to mention beaches, and it just works because most of our day is spent talking to prospects, to clients over Zoom or on the phone anyway. You're not tied to a desk or a specific city to be effective. That kind of freedom, being able to live where you want or travel while you work, which I personally do a lot, or just not lose 2 or 3 hours a day commuting, which I used to for years, it adds up. I'm serious. It's a game changer. Honestly, if I even get offered more right now, but I have to go in office, I don't think I'll take it. Remote lifestyle to me personally has been life-changing. It's the best. It gives me the flexibility, the energy I need to both do super well at my job, but also have time for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my hobbies, for traveling, whatever it is. And the market is responding to this. Remote sales roles have exploded in recent years. You can see on LinkedIn. In fact, remote sales listings have grown by over 48%, making it one of the fastest growing remote job categories out there. Companies figured it out. If reps are going to be talking to prospects or customers digitally all day, why not let them do it from whatever works best? And then there are the benefits and the perks. Traveling to conferences, meeting clients for dinner, getting flown out for kickoff events or reward trips when you hit quota and overachieve it. Some of my favorite work memories have come from those exact moments, celebrating a big win, finally meeting your team in person, feeling part of something bigger, like the energy, the buzz. It's exciting and it's motivating, and honestly, it's fun because salespeople are fun. Yeah. Now let's talk about the job market, right? Sales isn't going anywhere. Every SaaS company, technology company, startup, B2B platform, they all need revenue, obviously. So they all need salespeople. In fact, the tech industry is projected to be the biggest hirer of sales talent in 2025 because of the explosive growth in AI, cloud, and software sectors, and so many emerging technologies. And here's what I've seen firsthand. I've worked with companies that are constantly hiring salespeople. I've helped people land jobs at startups, scale ups, even huge enterprise tech companies. And the one thing they all say, all of them, the hiring managers, HR managers, we can't find enough sharp, coachable reps. The demand is real. And once you're in, if you're good, obviously, you're not chasing roles for the most part. Roles are going to be sliding into your DMs. And look, I've seen people with 10, 15 years of experience who are just average. And then I've seen someone with zero tech sales background, but tons of talent, curiosity, drive, communication skills. They break in, learn fast, and become top performers within like a year. So it's not necessarily just the time and the experience element. It's the raw skills, the raw talent, the coachability, the communication skills, the presentability, the charisma, the analytical problem solving skills. There's so many elements that make a great salesperson. So experience is just one function here. So you can actually step into tech sales, learn the skills you need to do, stand out, overachieve your targets, and become a top performer pretty quick without years of experience. And that's pretty unique to tech sales. One of the people I mentored came from retail, no degree, no tech resume, but she learned how to communicate her value clearly, positioned herself as a strong candidate right away, got into tech sales, and then everything changed. Within a year, she was actually promoted. She went from 70K SDR to over 6 figures account executive within 18 months. That's not some magical exception. It actually happens more than you think. And the more you grow in sales, the more doors open. You can move into partnerships, customer success, management, revenue ops, whatever it is you want to do, or even build your own business. Because once you know how to sell, you're dangerous in the best way possible. But the funny thing is that you don't even have to move up in a sense. Like I've been an account executive for the past 12 years. I have zero interest in moving up into management because I'm really passionate about sales. I want my day-to-day to be full of meetings with my prospects, and that's what I want to do. So in terms of the opportunities, the salaries, the money, the commission you can make, you don't even have to move up, and you can live an amazing, amazing life and make lots of money. Now let's talk about AI because I get this question a lot. Isn't sales going to be replaced by AI? Short answer, nope. Longer answer is sales is evolving, but it's not going away. AI can help us find leads, write better emails, give us insights, but it can't build trust. It can't negotiate with a skeptical CFO. It can't read the room or pick up on the subtle cues. The best salespeople are strategic, emotionally intelligent, and human. And that's why companies are doubling down on better sales talent, not replacing it. If anything, AI is just raising the bar, really. It's weeding out the lazy, templated, fluffy sellers. But if you're smart, thoughtful, and you know how to actually connect with people, you're more valuable than ever. That's why I believe tech sales is one of the strongest bets in 2025. It's resistant to automation. It pays incredibly well. It gives you flexibility and ownership, and it teaches you skills that compound for life. Now, just so you know where I'm coming from, I've been in tech sales for over a decade, 12 years as an account executive. I've closed millions in deals, won awards like President's Club and CEO's Excellence Awards, and spent the last few years mentoring people who wanted to break into this world, and not just people from business backgrounds. I've coached former teachers, real estate agents, lawyers, support reps, you name it. I personally didn't have an inside track. I got into jobs I technically wasn't qualified for yet on paper, but I learned fast, worked smart and hard, and stayed curious. And I built a system that works, not just for me, but for dozens and dozens of people I've been coaching for the past few years. And in the next videos, I'm going to show you exactly how to get into this world, even if you don't have experience, especially if you don't have experience. Even if you don't have connections, especially if you don't have connections. Even if you don't know where to start, I'll walk you through every step that actually matters. And if you're serious about fast tracking this path, you already know you want to get into it, check out my full tech sales video course. It's built to help you land your first tech sales job in just 1 to 2 months on average. And it's not some basic cold calling script collection. This is deep real world insight from 12 plus years as a top performing account executive. It's the kind of stuff that makes you sound like an insider and makes you feel like an insider almost from day one. So Let's get to it.